financial institutions to issue their own digital currency. Joining us now to discuss, Ripple is starting a central bank digital currency platform which allows central banks, governments, and financial institutions to issue their own digital currency. Joining us now to discuss is James Wallace, Vice President of Central Bank Engagement and CBDCs at Ripple. James, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jen. Great to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Now, let's just start off here. Is this a pivot or diversification of the business?
It's diversification. You know, Ripple is broadening out our different lines of business, and we see a big opportunity with central banks and CBDCs.
Talk to me a little bit more about that opportunity you see with central banks. What kind of conversations are you having?
Lots of conversations with lots of central banks. You know, I think 90% or so of central banks around the world are evaluating CBDCs. We sort of view CBDCs as one of many digital currencies that will coexist in the world. So, you know, as a company, we're talking to central banks about CBDC. We're also talking to commercial banks about what they will do with CBDCs. We're also talking to commercial banks and other institutions about stable coins. And then, of course, we're renowned for being in the crypto space. So we view all of these different digital currencies coexisting. And, you know, we'd like to be involved in all of them.
What clients do you have right now?
So right now we have several clients. We've announced 4. Today, actually, in parallel with this announcement, we announced that we're working with the HKMA in Hong Kong on building out a real estate tokenization platform with CBDC. We also have 3 other projects, one with the Central Bank of Montenegro, and then 2 others. One is with the Central Bank, the Royal Monetary Authority in Bhutan. And then the final is with Palau, which is a republic. It doesn't have actually a central bank, so they're we're working with them to issue a government-issued stablecoin.
You just mentioned 4 jurisdictions that are very different from each other. Talk to me a little bit about why you're choosing to work with these governments first.
Well, as I said, we are working with some others that we can't talk about yet. But generally, we find that a lot of the smaller countries are a bit more nimble and are able to do things more quickly. Probably the opposite end of the spectrum is, you know, the European Central Bank, the Eurozone, or the US, where it's a very complex environment, a lot of different vested, interested parties, regulatory uncertainty in some cases. So some other countries, the countries I mentioned, are able to move more quickly.
Wow, what an amazing clip here sent to me by CHINU Patel. Guys, we'll drop this video this morning for the live stream. For those interested in Ripple XRP and what is being built on the XRPL, that's actually a pretty amazing clip right there. Ripple whales buy massive XRP, and from my history in digital currency, whenever there's massive purchases, that means something big is brewing, and we're going to talk about that. Also, something big is brewing with Stellar. This article came out. We briefly talked about this on the live stream, but I went a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. The Stellar network powers Wisdom Tree, new at Prime. So when you go into the article, well, actually, you see Stellar has been on fire. Stellar warming up for massive breakout also. Up 11% on the daily, 29% on the weekly. The weekly right there goes the daily, 11%. And this news may have something to do with that. And this actually sums up the article. Shout out to Sammy at Sammy. He says the SEC has approved Franklin Templeton U.S. government mutual fund on Stellar blockchain. The SEC has approved 9 more Wisdom Tree blockchain enabled funds on the Stellar blockchain, which the Wisdom Tree is like a mutual fund, government bonds, which I'm going to show you guys that in one moment. We're going to go into the article, which is right here, Access Crypto. And I actually read through this, and they talk about what Wisdom Tree is right here. What's this? Wisdom Tree Prime. Here's another app for investing things from stocks to Bitcoin. Driving the news, asset manager Wisdom Tree is poised to roll out its Prime app in a few weeks, featuring investments from every asset class with choices from gold to Bitcoin. How it works is powered by the Stellar blockchain. Long-running system built for snappy transactions and confirmations. It's like many of other investing on personal finance apps out there. It's sleek overall. Description, 3 different products and a portfolio tracker. It's cool. There's another place to buy Bitcoin, but the app yet doesn't let you take it out of its own wallet. It doesn't have its own wallet yet, so pretty much it's built in on the app, but it still runs on Stellar. It's just the beginning. Pretty interesting there. And actually, Stellar actually tweeted this. If you go back to Stellar's page, the Stellar Network Wisdom Tree new app Prime, providing snappy transactions. And then actually, if I go back one more, I believe that came from maybe Dundale Dixon, or this could be on the Stellar website. Meridian 2023, unlocking human potential. Oh, also, this news came out about Stellar. We talked about this last night. We're proud to see Stellar and Meinhardt name on the subcommittee on the CFTC. Stellar Development Foundation, formal ex-Fed Reserve, Yankees and Knicks, maybe. Today, CFTC Farm announced new members and leadership team at the CFTC Global Market Advisory 22 hours ago, which Stellar is now on that advisory. Now, that's the ones that basically determine what assets or commodities the CFTC. Stellar is advising them on Market Advisory Committee. Really good read last night. We talked about that on the live stream. Stellar's been on fire. Here is Franklin Templeton. Also, this is U.S. government money fund mutual funds on Stellar portfolio holdings. We discussed this about a week ago, and I believe they actually covered both of these in here too. As far as encouraging for teams in the space, U.S. regulators have approved blockchain power products from Wisdom Tree and Franklin Templeton. And this is actually on a different article. What's interesting here, because this is about the Compound founder, Robert Leshner, the creator of decentralized application Compound. And he actually references Wisdom Tree down here at the bottom. Encouraging in teams in the space, U.S. regulators have approved blockchain power products from Wisdom Tree and Franklin Templeton, which both run on Stellar. Don't sleep on Stellar. That was Franklin Templeton, and that's why I pulled it up to show you how big that was. I thought this was a pretty big deal I got from CHINU Patel. Also, this is why HODL make the right decisions. Shout out to Ronald Wayne Apple, third co-founder, who sold his entire 10% stake in the company for $800 back in 1976. Wow. Imagine making bad decisions and selling early. His 10% Apple stake is currently worth $304 billion. And that actually piqued my interest. So I did a little bit more research on the third founder at Apple, the forgotten Apple co-founder. 46 years ago, this forgotten Apple co-founder left an estimated $75 billion on the table. This is actually a really good read. I'm going to try to speed this up because I got to get this video out in 5 minutes. He pretty much says Steve Jobs was 21 and Wozniak was maybe 26 at the time. He was in his 40s while Jobs was 21 and Wozniak was 26. He considered them both too wild, so he decided to sell his stock. And we know how that turned out, so make sure you guys HOTO. HOTO is the motto. I believe the big news for this week is our breakout star. I actually found his Twitter. He's actually active. Author of 3 books, co-founder of Apple Computer Company. And he actually tweeted not even too long ago. Interesting right there. Ronald G. Wayne. I think he's about 89 now. Pretty interesting. Glad to see him getting around great.
Money, providing that it was satisfied 2 conditions. Condition number 1, it had to have universal faith. Everyone in its field of use had to believe that it was something of value. This is the situation we're in today. Everyone believes that this paper money is something of value. But the second condition is what's gone away. It cannot inflate. If it inflates, I don't know what it is, but it ain't money. And that's what happened when gold and silver stopped being money after World War II.
We all just learned something interesting. Guys, the news broke about Bitcoin Cash. You seen the call. We jumped on at 100. And now it's at 300. Bitcoin Cash is making the news. Bitcoin Cash is the top performing digital asset this month. And you see right now, guys, Bitcoin Cash is coming in at around 290. Small consolidation, which is much needed for Bitcoin Cash as much as it pumped. Now, we consolidate, what, 290? There's no telling. Sky's the limit the next time this takes off. Could go to 1K. Bitcoin Cash, the top performer with the most gains, crushing all altcoins and Bitcoin's gains. The news came in at EDX Markets, a crypto exchange backed by Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and Citadel that debuted on June 20th. And they listed Bitcoin Cash. The token gained 171% over the month, outperforming Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency. The surge was backed by a notable increase in activity on exchanges. Bitcoin Cash has saw a trading volume of $558 million in the past 24 hours. That's nearly 3.5 times bigger than the volume of $160 million in Upbit's BTC KWR pair. Interesting. Bitcoin Cash outperformance in June may be attributed to the perception that the forks of the Bitcoin blockchain may pose lower regulatory risk. Interesting. Also was the news that it wasn't listed as a security within the Hinman speech. The other big news is, don't forget to smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We will be live tonight on the best way to end the day on XRP After Dark. Crypto analyst Ali has reported a massive 360 million XRP purchased as price drops 12%. So somebody bought the dip. When you see whales buying the dip when the price consolidates and corrects, that is the time. In the last 6 days, whales took advantage of XRP price decline, adding 360 million XRP, worth 170 million to their bags. Ripple whales brought the dip. Interesting times. Don't forget to subscribe. We need 100 subscribers to take it to the next level. We do go live tonight at 8 p.m. EST. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below on today's video. Much love. Mahalo.